Hello everyone, my name is Vipra Joshi and I am an assistant professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management in Electrical Engineering Department. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on subject of basic electrical engineering. In this video I will be explaining analysis of RLC and RL, RC and RLC circuits. This is unit first topic of second semester in first year engineering. What is AC circuit? We know that the circuit consists of currents and voltage vary with the sinusoidal with respect to the time. If the current vary with sinusoidal with respect to time, it is a alternating current. On that type of circuits are AC circuits. All AC circuits made of the combination of resistance, inductance and capacitance. So, if there is element in the AC circuit, it is denoted by the R, L and C. So, to study a general AC circuit, it is necessary to consider the effect of each separately. Means by the resistance circuit, what will be the power and what will be the voltage, and same for other circuit. What are the phase difference for these circuits? Now we will study separately all the circuits. First is resistive circuit. Pure resistive circuit. Pure resistive circuit is the circuit which consists of voltage which is, we can say this is a supply voltage. The value of this supply voltage is Vm sin omega t, which is the sinusoidal voltage. And pure resistive circuit is the circuit which consists only on a pure resistance and no other on any element. So, in the circuit in which no energy storing element is called the purely resistive circuit, in which the voltage applied in the circuit represented in the time domain. We can see that here this is the time domain and this is voltage. So the voltage is represent into the time domain. Now from the graph we can consider that both voltage and current are in phase. If we see this graph, we can consider that both voltage and current are in phase. So if we supply this voltage in this circuit and current is flowing through the circuit, so the voltage, supply voltage is Vm sin omega t, and we know that by the Ohm's law V equal to I into R. So if we put the value of V here, it become Vm sin omega t equal to I into R, and then if we calculate the value of R, I, it is Vm over R into sin omega t, and we know that by the Ohm's law V equal to IR and I equal to V over R. So here V over R is denoted by Im. Im means maximum current. So this is the equation for the current, sinusoidal current, I equal to Im sin omega t. This is a standard equation. And here Im equal to V over R. So according to the Ohm's law, we know that I equal to V over R. Okay. So if we see the graph, we can observe that both have different length. If we see here the graph, we can observe that both have the different length and consider with each other. And here we can see that the phase difference between this is 0, because these voltage and current, both waveforms are started from 0 and meet to here pi by, this is pi by 2 pi and this is 2 pi. So meet here pi and then become negative cycle and then uh, end it to the 2 pi. So there is no phase difference, and we can say the phase difference between voltage and current is 0. And we can say that in purely resistive circuit, the current and voltage applied are in the same phase with each other. Now this waveform is completed to the 2 pi. Okay, this diagram is of power. Here the voltage and current have the same phase. We know that this is 0. Okay, now pure inductor practically not possible. This is a circuit at which we give a supply voltage is V, which is Vm sin omega t, and it consists only a inductor, and the current flowing through the circuit denoted by the I t. So we know that the supply is V equal to Vm sin omega t, and by the Faraday law, if we integrate the Faraday law, by there we can get the value of it is 1 over L integration of Vt dt. So if we put the value Vm sin omega t at the place of V, then what is the integration of Vm sin omega t? We can see that here Vm is a constant value which we supply, and sin omega t is here the variable. So we integrate the sin omega t with respect to t. The integration of sin omega t is cos omega t upon omega. So after that we calculate, if integration for this, we can get Vm over omega L equal to minus cos omega t, and we can write minus cos omega t equal to sin x, means sin omega t minus 90. So this is our equation for the inductive circuit, it equal to Im sin omega t minus 90. If we compare this equation to the standard equation, here the standard equation for I is, we know that I equal to Im sin omega t. So if we compare it with the standard equation, so we can get that here the current lags to the voltage. We can say that if we compare this to the current equation, we can get here the phase difference both are is 90 degree, and we can say in properly inductive circuit the current lags to the voltage applied by pi by 2 radian or minus 90 degree. So minus 90 degree means it is a lagging. So if we see the waveform and phasor diagram, if we see here this is a waveform diagram. Voltage waveform started from 0 and current waveform started from pi by 2 after pi by 2. So this is lagging. So if we take voltage as a reference, we can see that here if we take voltage as a reference, this here is a voltage and this is current. So if we take voltage as a reference, the current is delayed by the voltage by 90 degree. And if we make phasor diagram for it, the voltage is difference and current is lags. And I take the current anti-clockwise direction. So current lags voltage by 90 degree. And we know that V is equal to I into R. Here R is XL. And we know that XL equal to omega L. So here omega L into Im, and we can say XL into Im, and omega L, omega is equal to 2 pi F. Now if we put these value in this equation, we can get the XL equal to V over I. Instantaneous power. If we see the instantaneous power diagram for this circuit, power is given by P equal to V into I, and we put here the value of V equal to Vm sin omega t and I equal to Im sin omega t minus 90. If we calculate this, we can got the value of power is minus Vm Im upon 2 into sin omega t. So if we calculate the average power, we can get P equal to 1 over 2 pi integration of 0 to 2 pi Pt into d omega t equal to 0. So this is the perfectly sinusoidal quantity represented like this. Now the other circuit is purely capacitive circuit. In purely capacitive circuit, whenever AC supply is given to the pure capacitance, we know that capacitor will charge. And let's take an applied voltage Vm sin omega t. Then charge is developed by this is Q equal to C into Vt. Okay. Q equal to C into Vt. This is the charge developed, which is proportional to the applied voltage. So here C is constant, and we know that I is equal to dq over dt. If we find the value of I is equal to dq over dt. So in the place of Q, we put C into V. Here we put in the place of Q C into V. Here C is constant, so I am taking it outside the differentiation. So here the differentiation quantity is only a Vt. If we put the value of V here, Vm sin omega t, then differentiation of sin omega t equal to cos omega t. And then we can get the value of I equal to Im sin omega t plus 90 degree, because cos omega t equal to sin 90 plus cos theta equal to sin 90 plus theta. Here theta is omega t. Now if we compare it with the standard equations, then we can say that in purely capacitive circuit, the current leads to the voltage by 90 degree, and current going to the capacitor is already start before the 0 degree. We can say that here, see that here in this diagram, Here, if voltage start from 0 to pi to 2 pi, then current already start before pi by 2 degree. At pi by 2, it become negative. So current going to the capacitor already start before the 0 degree, and it will reaches maximum at the 0. We can say that it started at minus 90 degree and minus pi by 2, and it leads voltage by pi by 2 degree. Now we know that Vm equal to Xc into Im, and Xc equal to 1 over omega c. If we calculate these value and we calculate Xc for the capacitor, the value of this is 1 over omega c, and we know that omega equal to 2 pi f, then its value is 1 over 2 pi f c. And if we see the phasor diagram for the capacitive circuit, we can see that here, if we take voltage as a reference, we know that in this capacitive circuit the current is leading by voltage 90 degree, so we take it positive direction, and this denoted the current is leading by voltage by 90 degree. This is the power diagram for the capacitive circuit. P is equal to V into I, and here I equal to Im sin omega t plus 90. If we calculate here, the power is P equal to Vm Im upon 2 sin 2 omega t, and this is the power diagram for the capacitive circuit. And if we calculate the average power, this is P equal to 1 over 2 pi integration of 0 to 2 pi pt t omega t. Why we take the integration from 0 to 2 pi? Because one cycle is started from here to here, the voltage, and ended to 2 pi. So we take the integration is 0 to 2 pi. Now we will discuss about series RL circuit. We are studying for power and current for the series RL circuit. We studying for this circuit because what will be the nature of current and power we know want to get. Now, because if voltage and current draw from the supply, if we see this figure here, voltage is Vm sin omega t. If voltage and current in drawn from the supply, we can see that here the R and L means resistance and inductance are in series. So because of these are series, the same current amount is passes to this circuit. And here V is equal to supply voltage and I equal to supply current, and VR is the voltage drop across the resistance, and VL is the voltage drop across the inductance, and XL is the phase angle between V and I. So if we see that, we know that in resistive circuit the voltage and current are in the same phase. We studied it earlier. And for the inductor circuit, the voltage lead by 90 degree, or we can say the current is lagging 90 degree from the voltage. And if we take voltage as a reference, so we can say that voltage lead current by 90 degree. After the both combination we use here, we can get the phasor diagram. Here we take voltage as a reference, or we know that V into I in the resistive case are in the same phase. So here we denoted it VR. This is denoted by VR, voltage drop across the resistance. And we know that in the inductor case, if we take reference this current, then the voltage is 90-degree lead by the current. So this is the voltage drop across the inductor, and this is the resultant voltage of VR into VL, which is called the voltage across the RL circuit. Now in the series RL circuit, the current lags the voltage applied by the angle of phi, and other words we can say that voltage leads the current by the angle of phi. And if we uh, apply the Pythagoras theorems for V equal to VR plus VL, we can get the V square equal to VR square plus VL square. And we know that here VR equal to voltage drop across the resistance, it is I into R, okay, and VL is XL into I, because I is the same. So if we take I common from here, we can get the value of V over I equal to under root of R square plus XL square, and V over I denoted by the ZL. ZL is the impedance for the RL circuit, and it is given by the under root of R square plus XL square. And we can say that impedance is the opposition of circuit to flow of alternating current. So it opposes the flow of alternating current. Now if we make the phasor diagram, okay, this is the impedance diagram for RL circuit. Here R equal to ZL cos phi L and XL equal to ZL sin phi L. And if we calculate the tan phi L, we divided the equation this and this, we can get the value of tan phi L equal to XL over R. Now the next is RC series circuit. We know that if a circuit contains pure resistance connected in series with the capacitor is known as RC series circuit. So if we applied the sinusoidal voltage for the RC series circuit, and this is the resistance element, or this is capacitor, so the voltage across the resistance is VR, and voltage drop across the capacitor is VC, and this is the voltage which is supplied to the this circuit, and I is the current. This is the phasor diagram for the RC circuit. If we see it, we know that in capacitor V lags by current by 90 degree, and current lead by voltage by 90 degree. So the total voltage is the addition of this total voltage is the addition of VR and VC. So we can say that here in the RC circuit, the current leads to the voltage by some angle phi, or voltage lags by phi. If we calculate apply the Pythagoras theorem for this circuit, we can get the V equal to under root of VR square plus VC square. And we know that VR is equal to I into R and VC equal to I into XC. So if we calculate here, the value of impedance is Z equal to under root of R square plus X square. So this is the impedance for the RC circuit, and the phase angle for this RC circuit is tan theta equal to VC over VR. And here if we calculate the value of phi, it is tan inverse XC over R. So for calculating the angle, we have need here two values, XC and R. Power in the RC circuit is, we know that V is equal to Vm sin omega t and I equal to Im sin omega t plus phi, because here the current is leading. Now if we calculate the power for this, we can get the formula for power equal to Vm sin omega t into Im sin omega t plus phi. Now we study on series RLC circuit. In the series RLC circuit, the R, L and C are in the series combination with each other, and VR is the voltage drop across the resistance, and VL is the voltage drop across the inductance, and VC is the voltage drop across the capacitor. And here V is the total drop across all the elements. And here the total voltage is denoted by VR plus VL and VC. Though we know that in the case of a resistance, the voltage and current are in same phase, and in case of inductance, voltage leading by the current is 90 degree, and in the case of capacitor, voltage lagging by the current by 90 degree. So by this we can make the phasor diagram for the RLC circuit. Here we take I as a reference, and we know that in case of resistance these are same phase, so the voltage drop across the resistance denoted in the same phase with this current V into VR, and the voltage drop across the inductor denoted by this, because in the case of inductor the voltage is leading, and in the case of capacitor the voltage is lagging. But here two points are very important. What is the effect of the circuit? If VL is greater than VC, means the circuit is inductive, like this. For if the circuit is inductive, then we can say that VL greater than XL greater than XC. If XL greater than XC, then we can say that here VL greater than VC. So the phasor diagram is drawn on the top side, and we denoted here VL minus VC. If the circuit effect as a capacitive, we can say that the value of capacitive VC is greater than for the VL. Then we make the circuit diagram anti-clockwise here, and we can write here VC minus VL. So there are three possible cases in the series RLC circuit. First is VL greater than VC, and VL less than VC, and VL equal to VC, means XL equal to XC. If the third condition is applied, XL equal to XC, that condition are the resonance condition. In this condition, it is the resonance in the series RLC circuit. In this condition at resonance, we know that XL equal to XC. If we put here XL equal to XC, then we get the value of Z equal to R, and this is the resistive circuit, purely resistive circuit. Or we can say that in the resonance condition, our system, our circuit behave like as a resistance, purely resistive circuit, behave like a purely resistive circuit. And for this the current is Im equal to Vs over Z total, means equal to, if Z total equal to R, because this circuit behave like a purely resistive circuit, so here we put the value of R. So here Im equal to Vm over R. This is resonance in the RLC circuit. Thank you.